Welcome back to a What the Hell Happened in September. There's a lot of crap that happened in September.
I mean, every month there's so much crap that happens.
Well, in the latest news, Next Level lost a bet.
We're still talking about this?
We're still talking. This is.
I mean, it was September. It was a what the hell September. Okay, fine, you win.
It was a what the hell. It's you were okay. How many months did we go by saying you're not cutting my beard? I think we even had a couple subscribers and members that were saying like, dude, we'll pitch in. And I think somebody was like, what if I dropped $1,000? Would you cut it? And you were like, no, I'm not cutting it for no money, for nothing, for nada.
In my defense, I never put my beard on the line. It wasn't me. I didn't confirm to this bet. I'm just saying, it wasn't me.
Guilty by association.
Guilty by association. Oh, God. Anyways, it's gone. It's different. I've always had a beard. I've had one for a very long time, and my beard's always been very soft. And now when I kind of feel it, I'm like, I don't remember my hair ever being this prickly, like this rough. And I'm like, what is this? And then I look at it and I see more gray hairs. I'm like, man, I feel old now. I want my beard back.
Oh no. In the wherever you're listening or watching, if it's on any of the podcast platforms or YouTube, whatever, if you're listening to the podcast and if you haven't seen his beard, because I'm sure most of you guys know us from YouTube, and we migrated from YouTube to the podcast platforms to wherever you're listening us on. But go to Beyond the Streams YouTube channel. If you can't find Beyond the Streams YouTube channel, you can go to Next Level Tech YouTube channel. You can also go to Rojas Reviews YouTube channel, and we have featured on our channels the Beyond the Stream. So make sure you do go there. Make sure you do subscribe to us there also, and you'll be able to see the video feedback of the beardlessness.
It's gonna be a little haunting over the next month or so, I think, because we have some pre-recorded content that's randomly dropping over the next month, and that all has beard in it.
Yeah. So if you're watching this one, the What the Hells, we usually try to record them right when the month is over. So right when the beginning of the next month starts, we're always doing a retro what happened the month before us. So these episodes are coming out pretty good because there's always some kind of drama within the tech community. There's always some kind of something happening all the time. And speaking about that, the biggest thing that happened into the streaming world, Zion TV is gone. It is done. Man. So I've been messaging Next Level every now and then. I can't find this movie or this TV show. Where do I go? And then he'll be like, I got you. I got you.
Before I was like, go check Zion.
Yeah. Before it was like, go look for Zion. Now I'm looking I'm looking through the different media centers, through the different APKs, and I'm like, ooh, I haven't seen the newest season from this show. And it was from like 2017. And a bunch of links, but nothing is cached. Nothing is being watched that much anymore because it's an older show. It's funny saying older show when it's only 2017 and we're currently in 2020. So when that happens, I'm just like, seriously, like this stuff should be up. But if people don't watch it, if people are done watching it or whatever, then typically they just sit there and then eventually will be wiped out. So I was bummed that I couldn't find it.
Well, I mean, it's 2020, just in case anybody didn't know. And the time, not time span, or the focus sessions, or what do you call it? Yeah, people's focus. It's not what it used to be. I mean, we live in a world now where they're going to give you a whole season in one shot. Bam. And then you're going to watch the whole season and you're just going to move on. You forgot about it. You know what I mean? So that's where, oh, that's the word, lifespan. The lifespan of TV shows now. I mean, if it's not relevant and playing today's age over the last year and a half, people don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they generally don't, unless it's something that's timeless. Like if you're talking about something like Friends or Star Trek or Star Wars or Marvel, or I'm not even going to say DC because I can't.
I will say this though, with I know with ZV Zion,
You can't even say it anymore. You're hurting
can't
hurting that
even
bad.
say it. Yeah, with TV Zion or Zion TV, however you want to say it. Um, I did try the new one that is like a baby of this and a baby of that. The filmy
Film Plus or something.
film plus, yeah, and disappointed. That's all I got to say. Just disappointed.
I mean, it's in its
Infancies.
infancy. Yeah, there we go. I have issues with words. Um, um, uh, it pulls a lot of links, but the problem that it has is that it takes a while.
It takes a long. Okay, so I'll challenge anybody out there. I only got Real to Brid. I don't got Premiumize. So, and I've been curious about Premiumize, but I got Real to Brid. I tried that on that new app, and I was looking for a TV show called Lopez. And yes, it does star George Lopez in it, but it's called Lopez, just Lopez. And I think
Mhm.
it's listed as Lopez 2016
Okay.
season 2. I think it was episode 6. I couldn't find anything anywhere, and I was looking for it there, and it was taking forever to load anything. I think I waited like maybe like 2 or 3 minutes, and it was still blank. So I finally just gave up. I'm like, I'm done. So I gave up, got out, and I'm just like, okay, this app sucks. So I haven't moved on from it yet because I'm just like, well, I find links on all the other different stuff within the Cody stuff. I find links through there, but none of them play because they're not cached. So
They're not real to Brid links.
they're real to Brid links. What is it? Real to Brid / torrent links.
They
But
should still
they
play.
they have to be cached in for them to work.
Uh,
Or if you click on them, then Real to Brid will put them in their queue, and then you have to wait for it to download or whatever. So
shouldn't
I'm
take
over.
that long. Those episodes are usually like 200 megabytes. It's
Yeah.
an
So
old
I'm.
show.
Well, the thing is, I'm not going to wait like 5 minutes. And that's what was happening. I was waiting 5 minutes. Like, okay, just to get that one episode to play, I literally killed an hour looking through everything. An hour. So I said, screw this crap. I'm done. And then I ended up watching America's Got Talent instead until I figured this out.
Um, I'll hook you up with Premium Eyes after the show. Okay, how's that?
All right, I'll try it.
Then you can try it out. Okay, and then
I'll
if you
try
still have issues, let me know and I'll help you find what you need to find. Okay.
it. I'm waiting until Premiumize has a sale. I
Me
know they
too.
have like their annual sale or whatever, so that's probably when I'll get it.
Yeah,
But
I use all three services because I'm a spoiled brat. But just because they don't have their sale on now, I'll still renew it because I want it, and then when the sale comes out again, I'll buy it again because I don't want it to run out. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's good to help me find content for media streaming related platforms.
right. Right. So with that being said, too, when Zion TV went down, there's rumors through the grapevine. Of course, people are speculating, and we're not confirming anything, and we're not denying anything. But there might be some other versions of, I don't want to call them TV Zion Reloaded, TV Zion Reborn, TV Zion Part 2. We might see some clones of it. Usually, when there's a very, very, very popular APK out there, like Terrarium, for example, as soon as it went down, clones galore.
Well,
And
I can
I think it's
confirm
gonna
there is
happen.
a clone out there that someone is working on.
It's gonna happen, yeah, for sure. And we'll see how many how many clones are out there.
As of right
Um,
now, I'm only familiar with one. I'm not sure if I want to test it or try it. It's not available to the public yet. I mean, if people want to go out and they can search for it, they can find it on on Reddit. But like I said, I'm not sure if I want to promote it. I'm not sure if I want to try it. I'm not sure if I, want to touch it with a 6 foot pole. I'm not sure.
yeah. Well, on top of that, not only did Zion TV get down, then Cinema HD Pro, It's okay. So it's not even the Cinema HD people or app. From what it sounds like, it's another person, group of people, or whatever. And something very similar happened to Terrarium, where somebody made Terrarium Reborn or Terrarium Reloaded or it
Oh,
was
you're talking about TTV Plus or something like that.
Terrarium Plus. Is that what it
Yeah,
was?
I think that's what it was called.
I don't know what it was, but it was. There was almost instantly, as soon as it went down, within a week, somebody comes up with the freaking clone and starts. They were promoting it as if they were Terrarium. If like, no, we are just going through a transition phase, we're back. And a lot of people fell for it. A lot of people fell for it. We're trying to warn you guys, Cinema HD Pro paid version is not the Cinema HD people. This is another group of people, and I think I know when so some people will call it a scam, and some people won't call it a scam. Me personally, if they have a month to month and it works, do month to month. Don't do annuals, yearlies. Don't do anything more than a month, because if you do end up buying something like this and it works, great. Am I condoning for you to do it? No. I'm saying don't do it. There's a bunch of other stuff, a bunch of other ways out there to do it. It sounds to me that these guys are actually trying to get some money and probably run.
So a few weeks ago, I got access to the coding of this, and one of my good friends was shooting it back and forth because he doesn't have premium eyes, and he's like, "Yo, I got access to this. Um, I don't know what it is. Do you have premium eyes?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah." He goes, "All right, can we check this out and see what's the point of this? Like, what's the point of this cinema mod? Because it's not. It looks exactly like Cinema HD, and basically all it is someone has hard coded their panel for, I guess, their panel for premium eyes into it, right? So they're calling it a premium VOD because it has a debrid service that's hard coded into it. So people are paying a monthly price to get a premium VOD, and all it is just premiumized inside of Cinema HD. So people could just get Cinema and just go buy premiumize and put the code in themselves, and it would probably be cheaper. I'm just saying.
It would probably be a hell of a lot cheaper. Do we know how much they're charging?
I thought they were charging $10 a month. Now here's the kicker though. This is where it actually becomes a scam. Here's the kicker. So what I'm hearing is that they were charging $10 a month for 3 connections, no IP lock. And if anybody knows anything about Debrid services, they are IP locked.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say month to month, for sure, because they're going to burn through their APIs, and their whatever accounts they're using are probably going to start to get blocked or banned.
So that's where you. So when I say it's not a scam because they're providing you a service which works, they're flipping it to say, sure, we're giving you something. It works for sure. But the way they're scamming, I guess, premiumize, because they're grabbing their thing, paying for it once, dropping it in there, and letting it run until they get caught, and then they'll probably buy another one. And actually, you know what? I think with the butcher, we talked about this where somebody was doing this with Stalker way back in the day.
Yep.
and they had like, oh look, free live TV. It's or live TV. It's gonna cost you
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember
20
this.
bucks a month, and then when it goes down, they'd go grab another code, throw it right in there. It wasn't costing them anything, but they were making gobs of money. This is the same thing.
And here's the thing: when I first looked at it, I was like, "This isn't a scam." I mean, it's ease of use. Yes, you could probably save a few dollars if you did it yourself, but a lot of people don't know how to do Debrid services. I know it's as easy as it sounds for us to just go purchase it and put in the code and link the account. Like some people don't want all that headache, so I get it, right? You charge a little bit more, $10 a month, for premium service because it's ease of use. But when you start to look at how they're abusing the Debrid services and the possibility of it getting banned or going down or whatever, it's always safer to do it yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Always safer.
that's be very careful with that, guys. I don't know who's doing what or who's behind what. It's usually very few people out there that have been known to do stuff like this. And, without pointing fingers on who did what, because again, there's no hard evidence of who's doing what. And a lot of these people who have done stuff like this in the past normally have multiple PayPals or multiple avenues of collecting money. So it'll be really hard. But I think on behalf of Beyond the Streams, we're gonna tell you guys don't do it. Just don't do it. If you want it, get yourself a premiumize on your own. Go get Cinema HD free, the free version. Log into the thing, put in your own stuff, and Bob's your uncle. You're good. You're gonna save a hell of a lot more money.
Yeah, I mean, if you want a good bang for your buck, then unfortunately, as much as I like Premiumize, I would say try all Debrid or Real Debrid because they're a lot cheaper than Premiumize is, and they're going to give you good service as well. So, definitely not $10 a month.
Yeah. So with the next thing we ran into, this is something that Nexov actually shared with me. I was very like, wait a minute, what? Like he had to tell me this like 10 times because I couldn't wrap it around my brain. I'm like, wait, this makes no sense. YouTube sues YouTube. I'm like, what the hell? What does that even mean? YouTube employee sells YouTube. Hold on a second. That still doesn't make sense. Why would somebody? Okay. So he finally explained it to me. Somebody that actually works in YouTube is suing them.
I guess it would be unsafe work conditions.
Yeah.
Essentially, right? So it's one of their moderators. It's their job is to review videos. I guess if something's flagged or if it's put through for monetization. We've talked about it in a couple of our live streams where some of our videos show up with a little yellow symbol saying not suitable for advertisements, and you can request a manual review. Well, one of the employees has proposed a class action lawsuit against YouTube because one of the videos that they were put to watch was, man, I don't even know how to. Well, I mean, I'll just say it. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say it on YouTube, but a beheading.
I guess that's a safe way of saying it. Decapitated. Somebody got decapitated from the
Yeah,
head. So I was looking into this a little bit, and I guess this isn't the first time a juggernaut company like YouTube has gotten sued by a moderator of their own. Facebook had to pay $52 million settlement to one of their moderators who developed PTSD. I don't know what they're moderating on Facebook, but I'm pretty sure people are posting some dumb stuff on Facebook too. And like, how do you become a moderator? And this isn't anything against those people who are saying like, hey, I gained PTSD because I have to watch somebody's head fall off or whatever. But think about this. If you're a moderator, your job is to make sure there's clean stuff out there. Make sure there's nothing out there that's going to offend anybody else. They're hiring you to do that job.
man.
So if you're there watching these videos, or if there's images, or if there's clips, or if there's comments or whatever, and you're moderating, your job moderating the definition of being a moderator, without using the word moderation in the sentence, is you're supposed to look out for the content that's coming in and out. And
Yep.
if something doesn't look right, you're supposed to get rid of it, right?
Man, I don't know. You have to understand how difficult that kind of a job is, though. I mean, your job is to look at the most sick and vile interests of all of humanity, right? If you the article goes on, I don't even know if I want to say this stuff on. I mean, you may have to edit some of this out, but I'm gonna read this off.
Well, you don't have to get into the details. Just don't get into the details.
But it talks about like they're watching videos about cannibalism, about people hurting themselves, about like hurting themselves to the point where they're no longer alive. Um, videos
All right,
involved,
yeah.
huh?
Yeah, we get it. We get it. I don't want to
Like,
get too far into the details on it.
but to go through that on a daily basis.
But again, you got hired as a moderator to do one job. It's
But
like
then
saying it's like saying if okay, like a police officer, if you get hired as a police officer and you get shot, are you gonna sue the police force for getting shot at?
I just think that maybe more onus and due diligence needs to be done on YouTube's part. So if they're gonna hire somebody for such a gruesome job, maybe they provide an ongoing therapy session or a check-in session, maybe monthly or something along those lines. Because this is PTSD for sure. I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could do this kind of job for sure. I don't think I could. I
Yeah.
would become a very vile and bitter person. I would probably hate everybody around me. Um, hmm.
Well,
Did you
that's what I'm
watch
saying. It's
DC Stargirl? Have you seen that show?
no, not
So
yet. Don't talk
there's
about it. Don't
well,
talk about it because I haven't seen it yet.
well, I was just gonna talk about one of the characters' powers.
No, I
Okay,
haven't seen it yet.
okay, never
I'm
mind.
not. I'm not a big DC fan. The only thing I've ever liked about DC is Superman. When I was a kid, I was like, oh look,
Well, if you're not gonna
man.
watch it, why can't I
And
talk about the guy's powers?
I didn't say I was gonna watch it. I said it's in my list. I'm not watching it yet. But
Go on, go on. Never mind. Never mind.
yeah, just don't bring it up. I haven't seen it yet. That's the one thing about me. You bring up a show that I haven't seen, I'll be like, nope, I'm not listening. La 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 la, not listening. But no, it's. I agree with you and I disagree with you. I think and I'm almost. I don't know what their policies are, if they do have a PTSD program or if they have some kind of therapy program or something to talk to these employees to say, hey, we need to discuss what you just saw. We need to, like anything that you've ever seen, including in the military, there's always a debrief. They debrief you on stuff and they get you the help that you need. When I was working at the hospital, something happened with one of the coworkers and she is no longer here with us. And I talked to her the day before. We're talking about food, about enchiladas, chicken enchiladas. We're like, oh yeah, and we're talking about recipes and the different drinks and we're like, oh yeah, tomorrow, like bring your recipe, I'll bring my recipe, and then we'll talk about it and stuff. And to hear that something bad happened to her and she's no longer here, work instantly provided therapy sessions, like so I don't see how YouTube or even Facebook, being these two juggernauts, do not have some kind of something that will take care of these employees. What this tells me, if Facebook had to settle with $52 million because somebody gained PTSD, what this tells me is when they're gonna hire people from now on to do this type of job, I could almost guarantee you in the fine print, it's gonna say something about if you get, and they'll probably list certain things like this, some kind of PTSD, some kind of mental disorder, some kind of whatever. We are not liable because you are agreeing to be hired onto the job that does XYZ that could potentially give you XYZ. Now, I feel bad. Of course I feel bad for them because they're the ones that got to watch this stuff. But at the end of the day, and this is not being heartless on it, if I have a kid you have a kid. Would you said if you had to sit there and watch this stuff that you're going to be a better person? You don't want to watch this stuff.
No.
Somebody's going to watch it to protect your kid.
I mean, somebody has to. I think maybe there's a lot of companies out there, a lot of big companies. No matter the company you work for, they offer discounts on therapy sessions, but they leave the onus on you to actually take that therapy session. So I think that probably well, it's a little bit more onus needs to just be taken on them. Maybe not forcing per se, saying who they have to go see, but at least they have to see somebody on a monthly basis, even if they have to pay them for the day's worth of work, and then they go there. Because I mean, YouTube's not gonna die over paying somebody a day's worth of work.
Right. And you know what? I was just looking at some of the stuff on what the lawsuit claims, but it says during the training process, new employees were exposed to graphic content without proper guidance or preparation. So that's a big no-no. During training, little to no time was spent on wellness and resiliency. That's another huge no-no. Counselors guiding trainees told them to get enough sleep and exercise to take regular breaks during work. What the hell? Seriously? That's dumb. YouTube's best practices says moderators should not view the graphic content more than 4 hours a day. But due to chronically understaffed workplaces, this limits this routinely by a lot, apparently.
So probably 8 hours then, like a full shift.
Yeah, it sounds like just reading some of this stuff. Content moderators were fearful that any complaints to coaches would be reported to management. See, that sounds like a hostile environment. That just sounds like you should be able to say, I've had enough watching this for the day. I cannot, if they're saying 4 hours at the most, you should be able to get up and say, hey, you know what? I'm done. And your supervisor should be able to step in.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I got you. Don't worry. And I know supervisors got other jobs, other roles, but if YouTube is understaffed with stuff like this, and I know we fight with the algorithm saying like, "Oh, you're demonetized because you showed a remote," or you know what I mean? It's like, come on, seriously? Like,
But here's the funny thing. Their algorithm is so good that it can pick up if you put a picture that it doesn't like, and it'll say not suitable for advertisement. And you're going to tell me that it has its moderator viewing all of this crap? Like their filters are so advanced. It should be able to pick that up.
and you know what? We did math on this like not that long ago on how many hours it would take based on the amount of time people spend on clicking to from yellow from like somebody to view my stuff. We did this not that long ago recently, and I think we said that it was going to take, I forget how many employees. It was a lot of employees though. It was a good amount and it was doable.
I think it was 240,000 hours a month or something like that.
A month, and I forget how many employees that was, but it was doable. It was doable, but that was also on 8-hour shifts.
Man.
I don't know.
So apparently, this isn't the first time. I just seen that there was another article posted way back in January about the same thing, and that they were being forced to sign a statement of acknowledgement that the job can give them PTSD. So they're signing, I could get PTSD for this.
See, okay, so if you could get PTSD, that's fine. But if you're, well, that's not fine. But if you're getting, well, someone's gonna be in the comments saying like, "Damn, Rojas, this isn't funny to joke about." I'm not joking about this.
Yeah.
This is exactly what's happening. This is real life. This isn't movies.
Business.
This isn't anything. Yeah. So if somebody, yeah, it's business. If somebody signs and says, "Yeah, hey, you know what? Okay, whatever," but if they don't have adequate training for it, I'm almost pretty sure there's nothing legal in their sign-in that says if I don't get adequate training, I'm not allowed to commit a lawsuit or something like that.
PTSD or mental issues, they are what they are. But if at the end of the day, if they are a result of unsafe work conditions, right? If a therapist comes in and says they can only do this job for 4 hours every day, and you have them do it for 8, irregardless if they sign that they can get PTSD from doing the job, it's still unsafe work conditions.
Yep. they've already breached their own contract at that point.
Yeah.
And then
Doesn't matter.
and here's the thing: if anybody's out there listening and was like, well, I want to be a moderator for that too, but I don't know if I can do that for that long. If and I know Next Level makes fun of us in the United States of good old America that we love to sue people, but if you go and make a complaint to your supervisor and you say, I do not feel safe. I'm having hostile work environment. I'm having thoughts. I'm having whatever. I'm stressing the hell out. And they report it to your manager to eventually you get fired. That's called retaliation. A job is not allowed by law to fire you because you're voicing your opinion on something that you're like, I am stressing out on something. They need to look at that and say, okay, this is a learning opportunity. This is something that we need to sit down and either give you further training or give you some sort of resources to help you. But your job needs to do that. And for those people, before everybody says, well, I'm going to sue my job because I'm in a hostile environment now, read everything that you signed to begin with. Read what you signed, read the dotted line, because you're going to be surprised on what's actually in there. And if you're like, well, I'm going to sue them because of this, and then later on, they're like, well, remember when you signed the contract, when you first got hired, it actually says, don't put your foot in your mouth.
Subject to change. We tell you what to do. Know your role.
Yeah. What's the best thing? What's the best? Yeah. Subject to change. I love that. And then the second thing that they always put, when they say your job includes this, and then the last thing it says, and other duties.
Right.
It's like, what? So you want me to be a janitor now?
Yep.
Well, it does say other duties. So
Right.
if we need you to take out the trash, we could tell you to take out the trash. We didn't hire you to take out the trash, but it says other duties.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I always go for a job, I ask them about that other duties and to take it out of the part that I'm signing.
And
I'm
they
like,
actually comply?
huh?
They comply?
The last 2 jobs, yeah.
That's interesting.
I'm just like, I'm like, you want to hire me? Other Judy's,
Judy.
other Juanitas, my ass. I'm not doing no Judy.
Oh God.
Yeah, no, dude, it's I was in a job one time where they said we are hiring you to do data and reporting. Okay, cool. Actually, I'll take that back. I'll go one step further. Same job position, same company, same department. I was hired in the call center to take calls to help do scheduling for neurology and cardiology appointments, doctor appointments. Think calls, blah blah blah. Think calls. They're like, "Oh, you speak Spanish? We're gonna turn on the Spanish line." Whoa, wait a minute. Are you gonna pay me for that? Well, it does say here on your thing, other duties. You assholes. So they turn it on. And then I started acting stupid. I'm just like, hey, there's some words that I just don't understand. So when they're over here like, hola, señor, quiero ir a la cardiología, I'm like, whoa. I know whatever symptoms you're telling. I know you said cardiology and you said a couple things that you don't feel good and everything. But once you start getting into symptoms and everything, I'm like, okay, I'm not that savvy. I'm not that savvy. I could figure it out, but I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna play games with you.
There's a difference between knowing how to speak a language and then understanding how to speak in all the specialties, right? Like you're not gonna go and immediately learn how to speak Spanish all about heart symptoms if you're not like in that field when you're learning how to do it. You know what I mean? You're gonna know the main things, you know, what's for dinner, where am I going, where's the washroom, but not, you know, I'm having a heart attack, my symptoms are this, like that. Those aren't common things. So and when you speak to somebody that's fluent in a language, because I mean I barely know English, so if I speak to somebody that's speaking in a different language and you don't recognize the words, everything is a blur. You're like, and then obviously, I mean, that's a critical position people are talking about their health and their lives.
Mhm.
And a lot of the times people are nervous, they have anxiety, they speak fast, and they're looking for help from you. And that's a stressful position to be in
Yeah.
on all sides.
Well, the story gets even better with that job. They decided to, oh, you're doing so good. Your call volume is so high and your talk time is so low, and you get to the point and everything happens. You could help move the traffic faster. Let's add another skill set to you. Let's add dermatology. Okay, whatever. Let's add orthopedics. Uh, Dude, what do you want me to do? Take every single call from every you want me to learn every single pathology and every single sicknesses and every single doctor and every single insurance for all this stuff for me to take. So I in my head I was arguing with them and I called them every name in the book in my head, and then finally they said, and which was interesting, within 3 months, dude, within 3 months, normally 3 months it takes one skill set to learn. I had 5 of them. And they told me, dude, you know more about computers than you do about this health stuff, don't you? I was like, well, yeah, but whatever. It's a job. It's a job. Got to do what I got to do. And they're like, can you help us out with some stuff with the website, with the database, with the servers? I was like, sure. They're like, we need you to take calls on Mondays all day because it's busy, and Tuesdays. But starting Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, take calls in the morning. And then during the other half of the day, you could go work on the computer. We need some stuff done. Cool. Within a month after me doing that, they offered me a full-time position doing it. And that's when I said that little part right there where it says duties.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you guys need to take that out. And then they told me the first time we can't. It's part of the position. So I was like, ah. So then when I got the promotion, I got a promotion from data analyst, or actually, I'm sorry, applications analyst to data and reporting analyst. That's where I went to. I said, you want me to continue doing what I'm doing? That needs to come off, or I'm not allowing this promotion to happen. In fact, you guys could put me back on the phone calls because and no, dude, they took it out of contract. They took it out and said, okay, cool. Like this is what you're doing specifically, because they were having me, they wanted me to take calls, and I'm like, no, I don't want to take calls. This is my job. This is what you're hiring me for. I don't want to go over there and take calls. I'm all stressed out, and then it's over here like, oh, can you pull us a report about all this data with all the numbers, and we want to be sure the multiplication between the days and the time and how much time is being spent between per person. I'm like, wait, whoa, no. Back in grade school, when they said, what is, and you probably remember this, what's 10 plus 16 plus 9 plus 3 minus 4 times 8 plus 3 plus 2 minus 0 plus 1, you know what I mean? And then you're like, wait a minute, 1 2 3 4 times 3, then remember, like it was the long thing. It was just one question and it had like 10 things to add.
And you're gonna do this, and you're gonna do this, and you're gonna do that.
Yeah. So you're over here counting, like, even if it was simple math, even if it was like, what's 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10, even if you did something like that, you got to be like, hold on a second, nobody talk to me. 10 plus 9 is 19 plus 8. And then you're like, then you start doing the math, Then you're like, okay, this is how much it is. So yeah, that was my environment. That was my hostile environment. But to the people over there as moderators for Facebook or YouTube or whatever, just make sure you guys read that fine print and get, seek the help that you need for sure. Yeah, I hope they seek, I hope they seek the help that they need. And we were very long-winded on that.
Well, it's not
But
even just seeking. I hope that companies like YouTube do the due diligence to ensure that they get the help before they actually need it. Because a
yeah,
lot of times you need help before you realize you need the help, right?
yeah, exactly. Now, on a much lighter heart, what the hell happened to the freaking PlayStation 5 launch? They had, so we were in So next level, and I had the honor to go to TechFluence, the virtual TechFluence, and we were very we also had the honor to meet Free Tech, New and Lee TV. And there's some other people there. We talked to Turtle Beach, we talked to Western Digital, just a couple of companies to name a few, and it was awesome. At the very end, I was personally talking to Turtle Beach, and we were watching the PlayStation 5 thing towards the end because we're like, we wonder if they're going to announce the prices, which they did. They announced the prices and they announced when it was going to be live to the public. Next thing you know, and I don't know if you're, I think I told you about this next, but
Yeah.
Walmart said, PlayStation said, don't worry, guys, plenty of time. You'll get plenty of time to get the information. PlayStation, Sony, directly from us, we're going to be sending out invitations pretty soon, this Friday. And then over the weekend, they're going to start rolling it out. Walmart says, screw that. We don't have to wait for Sony. We're our own store. We know we're going to get the product regardless. Guess what, guys? Pre-orders are open and sold out. And then Target's like, wait. We could do the same thing. Screw that. Target and who was the other company? Was it GameStop? Target and GameStop, I think it was, did the same thing at the same time. As soon as Walmart did it, wait a minute, we can do the same thing too. Boom, they scrambled, put it up, boom, sold out. Next thing you know, we hear rumors about Walmart and Target canceling because they got too many orders. GameStop's website crashed, and you even got a DDoS message saying you've been blocked. You've been banned. I had people saying like, dude, why am I being banned in the United States? Do I need a VPN? I'm like, oh man, no, you don't need a VPN for this, but well, you might because they probably blocked your ISP address because they probably blocked everybody. I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. That was one of the things where I'm just like, I don't know, honestly.
All their websites are probably like, we're under attack, so we just got to defend ourselves at that point, right?
Yeah. And then as soon as that happened, Best Buy is like, well, might as well. Best Buy did it, and their website was just slow. Some people did get it, but it was just slow. And then Amazon announced it, and then they sold out super quick. And then Sony came around and said, okay, guys, you all screwed up. People were pissed at Sony, and Sony has no control over Best Buy or Walmart or Target or Amazon. They got no control over what they do. So what does Sony do? Sony says, hey, we're going to make more devices. Calm down. We're going to make more devices. And then all of a sudden, all the other stores said, cool, next week on Saturday or on Sunday. Or I think GameStop this last weekend said, hey, if you want one, you got to come to the store and pre-order it. I think it was like on Saturday or Sunday. I forget what day it was, but people were lining up at GameStop ordering it. So they started to give a heads up notice, but they also said this does not guarantee that you're going to get it on launch day. You might have to wait a week, but at least you got a pre-order. I don't know. What do you think?
I think that the hype is overrated. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be excited for next gen consoles or next gen stuff. I mean, we've talked about pre-orders when it comes to all different kinds of stuff and how crazy it can get. And I think that there sometimes can be some pretty interesting times. People can get pretty upset when they don't get things on launch day or they don't get things right away. I mean, I think that there needs to be a better job at giving people access who are part of media or advertising, and then a large enough window where the supply can suit the demand after that. Because right now we're seeing with a couple companies, not just PlayStation or like Nvidia right now, even people who review products can't even get their hands on these devices after release dates.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think that if there's a better job with supplying people that actually feed the media with information about the actual products, then there's enough time to create a demand for a greater supply that they can manufacture.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but I just and then on top of that, every year, depending on what stuff is, you see people lined up outside and all kinds of crazy stuff. I just think that there's more important things in life than lining up at 2 a.m. for a PlayStation 4, like some people.
I did it once. No, it's you know what. This is what I will say though. It's typically the hype. The only time there's two types of hypes that I've ever seen when it comes to launch on something, and it's usually an Apple phone. I have no idea why they go and get the newest Apple phone when it looks the same exact thing as the previous version for Lord knows how many years. And then you have to go in there and all the adapters that you bought before don't work. Now you got to buy a new one. It's just like, dude, when are you going to it? But they do this on purpose. They slow your old phone down so you're forced to buy it. So I get that people are like, no, I want to make sure I'm updated to the latest and greatest. The second thing is Black Friday. But that's just a general shopping day for anything. A lot of the stuff does have to do with tech, though. With PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, there was, of course, there's always a hype on pre orders. Like, oh, pre orders sold out so fast because of XYZ. There's always a hype on that. But not like this year. Xbox didn't even have the hype that PlayStation 5 had. It was they had some kind of like, oh damn it, I couldn't get my Xbox, blah blah blah, boo hoo hoo. No, PlayStation was like, I'm gonna go to your place and blow you up. It's like, what the whoa, calm down. And then people are posting PlayStation 5s on freaking eBay for $50,000. I'm like, whoa, 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 what the heck is going on here? The hype on this PS5 is unreal. And Nvidia, with that new graphics card that you're talking about, that was the first time I've ever seen anything like that happen with Nvidia. And I think it's because Nvidia has grown and they are being known for their graphics card, because a lot of people are also on computers. They're doing more home office work nowadays. There's more graphic designers, there's more computer designers, there's more video editors. There's a lot of stuff happening right now with the more having your own personal computer stuff. So for us to see Nvidia go down like that, I'm like, that's nuts. And those content creators that normally get some of this stuff, the big ones especially, they're probably gonna get it sent to them anyway. I could almost guarantee they're gonna get sent to them, freaking Linus Tech and
Yeah, of course.
all those guys. They're gonna get it for sure. But it's I think it's very interesting how the hype. I don't know. I think I don't know if we're gonna know if the hype is real until
The
we
hype is
get our
real.
until because okay, that graphics card, was it an 8K graphics card, like the first of its kind?
Pretty much. I mean, it runs 8K at 60 frames a second. So,
Okay,
yeah,
so I could see the hype on that. Like it's like whoa, but we're not gonna know the true hype behind it until people actually have it and if it actually works. Same with this PS5. The hype is real, but was it a good one or was it a bad one once people get their hands on it? You know what I'm saying? Now I don't know. I I don't know. Hopefully if you guys wanted a PS5, you guys get one.
so
But we'll
while we were
see.
talking, I just went and pre-ordered a PS. No, an Xbox, not a PS. I wouldn't do that.
How easy is it to get an Xbox right now?
Well, the thing is, they're not available. I don't see them. I don't see them online.
You're trying to pre-order one, you didn't get one?
No, I didn't get one. I just put my email in so they can email me when they come out.
Oh, all right.
So
Disney Falcon has been pushed. Disney Winter Soldier and the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, however you want to call it, it's being moved all the way to 2021. What the hell? Okay, this whole pandemic thing has really screwed things up for the world. And I was looking forward for this is a TV show. This is a show that's supposed to be on Disney Plus. And I'm already sitting at home. I'm already watching stuff. I'm trying to catch up with a lot of stuff. I'm super excited about this. Shoot, for crying out loud, Mandalorian season 2 is coming out soon. So the Falcon and the Winter Soldier is being moved back to 2021. This has been such a hard year for Marvel. Has anything for Marvel even come out this year?
Well, I mean, they're talking about the second season of Mandalorian. That's as far as all I
That's
know.
not Marvel.
Right?
That's not Marvel though.
Well, that's DC, and DC owns Marvel.
No, that's not DC either.
I mean,
Now you
shit.
just made yourself look like a dumbass.
Sorry, my
Ladies and gentlemen, Chewbacca.
start. I mean, Lucasfilms. They
Star
own
Wars.
Lucasfilms.
Star Wars. Lucas don't even own the damn thing anymore. It's Star Wars. Mandalorian is Star Wars.
Yeah, I don't think. No. Well, I mean, I'm hearing that people over at Disney are recording every day. But I mean, they have so many different platforms, so many different shows, so many different movies. They're just catching up now. Because, like I said earlier in this episode, people are binge watching everything. So it's not like you can drop one show this week and one show next week. You drop everything. And even some shows that have come out this year, even if they don't drop all their shows at one time, they'll drop like 2 or 3 at the beginning. Right? So I don't know. I think this year people just got to be patient and I mean get real to Brid, because if you want to watch some of that older content, it's going to be hard to find. You got to get something to pass you by.
This sucks though, man. It's there's a lot of things that are coming out already, and Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I typically when they record this stuff, they record way ahead of time, and then it takes them months to do the editing. So I'm very, I don't know. I guess you could say I'm very annoyed. Like we've had zero Marvel stuff this year, zero, and this year looked like Black Widow's going to be good, and Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I think was it Thor that was coming out later this year, or something was coming out. Eternals I think was coming out like around towards the end of the year. It was supposed to be like some really good stuff was going to come out, and yep, they're 2021. It was supposed to be. This was supposed to come out last month in 2 months ago in August, actually. And so it got pushed all the way out to 2021. And on top of this, I know Disney, sticking with the subject of Disney, Mulan has had their premiere. Okay. It sucks. It sucks that she could not get an actual, like how Black Panther got their premiere, and then you had like the whole community. They had this whole thing. People were saying like, man, the last time we had like some kind of real African type movie was Coming to America with Eddie Murphy.
Why did I know you were going to say that? Like I knew you were going to say that.
Everybody was talking about it. Everybody was saying like the culture, the colors, the lifestyle, and like everything that they were doing within Coming to America, like they were just saying like it was cool how they did all the the partying and all that stuff and everything. So when they introduced Black Panther, tons of people were saying like, finally we get something again that's similar, and Disney did a great job. Now with the Asian community, sure, we've had Asian movies that have been, I guess, kind of like with their cultures and stuff, but Mulan being one of those type of power to the women, that women can do certain things. It's not just about the men. For me, I thought like, man, this is going to be another one of those things where it's going to be a big party again. It's going to be a big thing that people talk about how cool it was, how this it was. Did you know the budget on this thing was 200 million USD? $200 million. Now, I don't know if that's like $10 trillion for Canadian, but 200 million USD, which that budget is insane. The first week of when it dropped the premiere, if you guys didn't know, it was $30 to watch it on Disney Plus. And for me, my rant was this: why am I going to spend a month to month or an annual commitment with Disney Plus to only pay extra for a movie when I'm already paying a subscription to watch all your stuff?
It was funny. I seen articles that were produced. They're like, you can save money when watching Mulan if you watch it through Google or iTunes instead of watching it through Disney Plus, because then you don't have to pay for their monthly fee. And I was like, you're not really saving. People are already spending the $6 or $7 a month on Disney Plus, anyways. But were you saying something about how that $30 a month will give you other premiere access, or is it just per premiere?
I think
I think it's per premiere.
I think it's per premiere. They didn't give much information on this whole premiere access thing. They just said so. Mulan was its guinea pig. I want to say they made the first week $36 million, which
Just
is
off that premiere?
on the premiere.
That's
36 on the first week. I'm sorry, on the first week, $36 million on the first week. They also got, I think they said 67% of a subscriber jump for their service. So the $6 also, they got 67% of an increase now. I don't know what numbers they had before to where they're at now, but that's a huge jump, you know. Now, still $200 million. If this was in the movie theaters, they would have hit that number. They would have made that number because that would have been worldwide.
But here's my argument though. Why does it have to be $30? Because if you were to go watch that in the theater, the ticket would have only cost you $10.
For one.
Right.
For one. Now, okay, think about it. I'm going to use my family as an example. So it's me, the wife, both of us here at the house. We watch it. My sister has access to it. It's her
So
husband,
it's a family pass.
her 2 kids. Yeah, it's like a family pass. I think you could share your account up to like with 10 people, I think it is. I forget what it is. And then my mom and my stepdad. So 4, 5, 6, 7, that's 8 people. If we're talking about $10 a person, what's 8 times 10? $80. $80, right? I'm not talking about popcorn. I'm not talking about soda. I'm not talking about getting a second mortgage just to get snacks when you go to the movie theater.
So let me ask you a hypothetical question.
Hypothetically, I'll answer it then.
What if Disney Plus had 2 plans, right? What do they cost right now?
It's like $6 a month.
So what if they said, your entry price is $6 and you get what you get. But then we have our premium plan, which is, what is it? What is Netflix? 17, 15?
15, I think it is.
Our premium plan is $15 a month, and that includes any of the premieres that come in the future.
Look, I got you one better. If they were to, who is Gamora? What is Gamora? If they were to say $20 a month, I'm bumping up the price. If they said $20 a month, take my money.
Yeah.
Because think about every month they post, they show up, they're in the movie theaters. Every month they got either a live action, they got some kind of play, they got some kind of animation, some kind of Pixar, some kind of something that's in the theater or in some kind of play somewhere. And if they could guarantee you once a month, you get one movie. Once a month minimum, you get one movie. I would pay that $20 a month because just for me and the wife, that'll be $20 a month to go to the theater anyway. And if I can say, like, I'll tell you this, and I think we talked about this too with somebody else, or we did this on a live show, but I went ahead and I paid the $30 anyway. I was trying to watch it other sources that I'm not going to mention for educational purposes, but since I didn't, I was like, you know what, I'm going to go on the Disney Plus, put the money in there, pay for the premiere, dude. The quality, the sound effects, the surround sound. I'm in like, okay, I have a very, very nice entertainment system. I have a very nice home movie theater system at my house. It's amazing. A lot of people tell me when they come in, they're like, dude, this is freaking nuts. when I watched that movie Mulan, that was the first time I experienced like if I was at the actual movie theater, where I was just like where's those sound effects coming from? Like I know where my speakers are. And this, I'm like, this thing sounds insane. I was just, I don't know, man. I was just so. The last time I felt like that was the last movie I saw at the movie theater. Now I need to drink water. Getting excited over here. um,
Watched.
I saw. I'm a little parched. What is it? Spider-Man,
Away from home, far from home, take me
Homeless.
home.
Yeah, it's one of them too. don't don't take me home. So I saw the last Spider-Man, and I'm just like, dang. Like the only time I go to the movie theater is it's Avengers, any Avenger movie, anything with Marvel, no matter what. Or if I'm very, 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 very interested in the movie. Like if it's a Star Wars movie, I'm in. Maybe some other movies too. DC, hell no, I'll wait for that crap later. But yeah, so I Spider-Man. I'm sitting there, and this is my face every time. Oh, I'm like, oh, this is cool. You know, I'm always looking at it like, dude, this is awesome. And every time I'm home, I'm like, okay, that was a cool movie. Oh, that was good. Like, dang, that was crazy. You know what I mean? No, when we watched Mulan, my mouth dropped. I was like, this is insane. This is just yeah. And I've seen that movie now 4 times. I'm probably gonna watch it again.
I have one
I don't
for
know.
you.
But huh?
Avatar 2 has been announced that it's done being filmed,
Oh, I heard about that.
but it doesn't release until
2022.
2022.
Yeah.
And Avatar 3 is 95% done being filmed. And I didn't even bother looking at the date if I'm not getting the second one until 2022.
I'm not worried about it. Yeah.
But those, I believe those are owned by Disney.
I think so too.
That should be a good one, especially with your fancy surround sound system and your entertainment systems over there. I might have to come over just to watch that movie.
Dude. All I'm saying is the Christmas present that I'm going to surprise myself with for this year's Christmas.
I was like, is he sending me a Christmas present? I'm gonna buy it for my damn self.
I'll tell you all about it once I open it, and I'm sitting there crying like a little girl.
How do you surprise yourself with a Christmas present?
I don't know. I just pretend like I'm surprised. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to see what Marvel is gonna do. For the whole Disney Plus. I just can't wait what Disney Plus is gonna do. But if I know some people are gonna say I'm probably crazy, one movie a month because that's dumb. But for me it makes sense because I share my account. Like when you open it, you could have multiple users, kind of like Netflix. You could have multiple users. Mine, I got Rojas family, which is my house. I got the Owen family, which is my sister's house. And then I got the Davy family, which is my mom's house.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody goes to their own little icon, clicks on it. They have their own collection, their own save stuff. I set everything up for them so they could just go in there, do whatever they want. But it makes sense for us. And I think, honestly, at $20 a month, you know.
So I guess the moral of our debate or our story is, well, at least for me, I would rather see an increase or two different price plans versus charging me every time a premiere comes out.
Yeah.
Because I mean, realistically, you could end up paying $30 a month if there's a premiere every month, right? But maybe there's a premiere every month and a half or maybe 2 months. I still would rather pay that $15 if I was somebody that would pay for services like that. Personally, I don't own any Netflixes or Hulus or Disney Plus or Skip the Dishes or wait, yeah, I have Skip the Dishes. But yeah, I don't have any of those. But if I did, if I had, you know, a particular set of tastes in quality, then yeah, I would probably go for something like that.
Now, which I was just thinking right now, just to be fair, if we're saying it's $6 a month to do the subscription without the premiere, add $14 more to
Mhm.
make it $20, because you're still gonna get everything else that they have on their library plus the premieres. That it makes sense. What they should do once this whole COVID thing is over is don't stop that subscription. If you want to go to the movie theater, go for it. If you don't want to go to the movie theater and you want to watch it from home, leave that option available for those people who just, one, are not able to go to the theater because they physically are not able to, or two, people who don't really like the movie theater to begin with, period, and they have to wait until it's released digitally somewhere so they could watch it. Because I could almost guarantee you, sure, they might have less people that will unsubscribe from that premium version, and
Mhm.
they'll get a lot of their sales again from their movie theaters,
Mhm.
but you will still have a second source of income anytime a movie premieres. I would be one of them. I would be like, yeah, hell yeah. I'm if they make a Toy Story 10, I'm not going to go to the movie theater to watch it, but I will watch it from home when it premieres.
It's like all the Land Before Times. I mean, everyone remembers 1, 2, maybe 3,
Just
but
one.
the rest of them, it's like,
I just remembered one. When I was excited for part 2, I never saw it. I forgot why I didn't see it. I was probably grounded or something. But I was like, ooh, 2, I want to see 2. I want to see 2. And then flash forward 10 years later, I'm like, there's a Land Before Time 30? What the hell happened? What happened to what happened to the first couple ones?
or
And
even
then
the Home Alones, right? Because it didn't just stop at 2 or 3. I think there was a couple more after that. Or The Mask. I mean, there's the Son of the Mask. There's the Dog Mask. There's
see if they would have kept the same characters, the same actors, the same everything,
yeah,
maybe. Home Alone 1 and 2, classics.
yeah.
If they did a 3, they should have done a third one. Home Alone, where they actually really do make it to France. Remember in part 1, they go to France and
Hmm.
they left him at home.
Hmm.
Make it to France, but make it where he's stuck in that same house, but everybody else went back home or something
Yeah,
by accident, then
right.
it's like, oh, wait a minute. I don't know, they could have gone so many different ways, but I hope you guys have enjoyed this. What the hell, there's just been so much stuff that happened in September, and there's more stuff. Stay tuned for part 2 coming soon to a theater near you.
I don't know. I mean, if we keep this up, there might even be a part 3.
Because there's so much
We only got through, typically on these what the hells, we try to get through about 4 or 5 topics in an episode, and we barely got through 3 in this one, and it's an hour long. So
I know. Let us know what you guys think. In the comment section below, as always, we always tell you guys to leave us a comment. If you're in the podcast, if you're in the YouTube, wherever you're at, leave us a message. Grab the video and share it around Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. If you got MySpace or Zanga or Friendster or whatever the hell it is, blast it everywhere. Do us a favor.
those
And
words made no sense to me. I didn't even know what you were talking about.
nobody knows what I'm talking about half the time. I don't know what I'm talking about half the time. But let us know about that whole, would you pay for a Disney Plus premiere package? Would you? If you're a Disney fan. If you're not a Disney fan, it doesn't make sense to you. But if you're a Disney fan and if you have Disney Plus, would you do it? And if you're not a Disney fan plus, leave us a comment on anything else that we talk about what you think about the topics. If you guys want us to talk about more what the hells, let us know. We always
suggested
do
topics.
Yeah, suggest the topics. Leave us a comment below. Suggest the topics. Yeah, I think that's it for part 1. Stay tuned to part 2. As always, you guys take care of each other.
Stay humble and be patient, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.